Well, hello there. Out today on a Saturday. Yesterday was a very long and busy day. I have family in town visiting and had a bit of a get together with family here locally as well to do a little bit of holiday celebration or preparatory holiday celebration. We were doing cookie decorations yesterday, but doing a full day of work and then all of that on top of it. Got a little bit slower start today than I would have liked, and as a result, not getting out to quite as adventurous of a trail as I might have otherwise desired. I've come back up to the Boling Park area in Canton and doing some of the trail system out here. We'll see how things go today. Temperatures are a little bit cooler. As you see, I've got the fleece on today. It's right around 50 degrees starting out. Don't expect it to get any warmer. Probably drop off a few degrees by the time I get to the end. So we'll see what we do today, what kind of mileage we cover, and what sights we see. Making my way into the woods now, having pulled away from the river. Kind of a quiet, wintry day today. There's actually a decent amount of traffic on the trail, but obviously you only encounter that in dispersed moments, not like I'm walking along with people. But just the mood, it's a little bit overcast, a little bit cool. Trees are bare of their fall foliage, except for the pines, and just kind of have that quiet feeling. And my attitude today probably contributes to me feeling that, because I've been looking forward to my hikes and I've been looking forward to completing my challenge. But today, it was just one of those days where, leading up to this weekend, I was looking forward to it. But the day itself comes, just really didn't have a lot of motivation for the hike. And, I knew that with the extent of this challenge, there would be times that the hikes would feel just a little bit more like an obligation than a privilege. My goal was to minimize the number of those occurrences and keep a generally forward-thinking, optimistic, and enthusiastic outlook for all my hikes. And for the most part this year, I've managed to do that. There have been a few occasions where I've actually gotten out and it's been more that sense of obligation. Today just happens to be one of those days. There's a lot of stuff I could be doing right now, a lot of stuff I need to do, but I prioritized coming out and getting a hike in to make sure I get the distance covered that I need to for the end of the year. And the attitude of the day just kind of reflects those competing priorities and choices I made. So we're still going to do the hike, still going to enjoy ourselves out here, but everything's just sort of flavored by your attitude. Well, I'm getting close to the end of the outward bound trail, and coming into that area where, you know, back in the spring I was curious about the interesting plants that are growing. When I was back here into summer, into the fall, I noticed how they had grown out with very large leaves, and obviously they've gone through their full fall defoliage, and what's left, you get that just a little green point coming off. I see them all over in the woods here. When I was hiking, they were at a distance. I thought it looked like something had come in and broken off a bunch of branches of things and left, you know, kind of sharp whittled down points. But no, it's just the shoot getting ready to burst forth next spring. So yeah, interesting plant. You know, I need to really look into what it is, because it's definitely presented me a curious life cycle as I've encountered it this year. So on an otherwise, you know, ho-hum hike, it provides a bit of interest and something to perk me up a little bit. So right after I got to the end of the trail there, I had about 5 motorcyclists come roaring through on one of the cross trails that intersects right there where my trail ended. They looked like they were having fun and getting plenty of mud on them out here, as the trails are a bit wet. Speaking of the trails, back half of this trail was just unfun to walk. It's still a bit of a slightly undeveloped trail. The ground was a little bit tore up with then the leaf cover on top of it, and so the trails were not very clearly discernible, and the footing underneath was problematic. So as a result, I decided I'm gonna take a different loop back from the end to meet back up with the trail rather than retracing my steps. And this one looks to be a little bit more established. Well, actually it looks like a little bit more of almost a service road for the logging situation out here. Maybe more use from the ATVs and motorcycles, and less for the hikers, but it serves my purposes here, and gives me a little bit more pleasant walking conditions than what I experienced on the way out. So we'll see how this goes. Haven't been on this stretch out here before. We'll give it a shot and see where we meet back up. As you may have heard, I am once again dodging gunfire out here on this trail. Past at least 2 people or 2 groups actively shooting, and earlier past another guy who was hiking on the trail, or at least he was making his way on the trail, and he had gun out slung to his side as he was walking along. Combined with everything else, I think I may just avoid this trail going forward. I've tried to give it a chance a few times now, and there's just, you know, for all the positive aspects of the trail. There's just too many things out here that detract from my experience. I tried today taking a spur trail that wasn't marked on all trails, but was clearly, at least at the junction, marked here. Followed it for maybe half a mile, and then I just kind of lost where the trail was. You know, there was no, you know, the markers on the trees, couldn't find the next one, no clear path. So I ended up turning around. I don't know if it was just a spur that only went so far, or if it was intended to connect up with another trail somewhere. But it proved, well, while an enjoyable stretch, just didn't really gain me anything since I had to just double back. So I'm out on the green loop right now, sitting, maybe about 6.5 miles. So it'll be close to 10 miles or so by the end of the hike, which is a good distance. And you know, I'm enjoying being outside, enjoying the weather. You know, even though it's overcast, it's good hiking weather. Temperatures are good. But between trail conditions, lack of clarity on the trail system itself, the gunfire, the off-road vehicles, it just, you know what, there's better options for me, and I will seek them out going forward. So just my opinion on it, for what it's worth. Well, I'm back on the last stretch alongside the river, heading back toward the trailhead. Got a few bridges to cross, and it's pretty much a straight shot back. So I'm gonna go ahead and close it out here. Not a whole lot to say about the hike today. You kind of have gotten the gist of the tone the hike has had, and you know, but I'm gonna try and bring some of my positive energy back and end this thing on a good note. With today's hike, I have less than 35 miles to go. It is December 16th, so 15 days to go in the year. If I average, you know, just over 2 miles a day, this is easy. Now, I know I'm not going to get out every day and hike. Just breaking down the average, I know that this distance, I've got this. There's no stress, no worries, and I can just concentrate on enjoying the hikes that I have left this year. And I am going to endeavor to do so. So, on that note, thank you for coming along with me today, and we will see you on the next trail.